Hello everyone, in this video I have a reaction to the new co-op commander preview for Tychus trailer that just came out literally I think 6 hours ago. So this is pretty darn cool, and I've already watched it once. I just want to kind of go over my thoughts on what I think of this new co-op commander and what they're going to showcase here. Sorry, let's go ahead and get started.
I made a deal with the devil. Always knew how it was gonna end. Turns out, though, it wasn't my day to die. Not that old Manx knew any better. Still, took me a good while to patch things up with Jimmy. But that boy is always finding himself in some sort of trouble. So I reformed the Heaven's Devils to help him out.
In this ultimate what-if scenario, Tychus is a commander who can customize his weapons and recruit his own outlaw crew of heroic.
Okay, so first thing that I see is the guy clearly said, the announcer clearly said that this is a what-if scenario. So yes, Tychus is dead in the story, but he is alive in this what-if scenario, so they're bringing him back. And they're bringing him back and saying that he worked things out with Raynor, which is kind of cool. And he's got the Heaven's Devils, so there's going to be 7 units total, I believe. So 6 other units aside from him, if I'm understanding this correctly.
Units instead of traditional ones. As a callback to his early years, Tychus has reformed his gang, the Heaven.
Okay, I take that back. I'm seeing this now. You're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8 other units aside from him plus himself. I guess I completely I misinterpreted that poorly. So 9 units total. Okay,
Heaven's Devils
cool.
with 8 of his closest pals. He can only call on a total of 4 of them at a time, so be sure to choose your outlaws carefully depending on your objective.
Okay, so that's what I definitely didn't catch the first time either. So you can only call on 4 other units at the same time. So that means a total of 5 on the battlefield. But if you can only have 5 on the battlefield, those units are going to be really tough. That's what I'm thinking right now. Because if you think about it, like, they aren't giving you any other units to create, just the Heaven's Devils. So just those 5 units that you can have on the battlefield. It's going to be some really interesting combos, that's for sure. I think this is pretty darn unique.
Objectives and the order in which they'll most benefit you. Outlaws fall into 3 different roles: the guns, the muscle, and the fixers.
Okay, so 3 different roles: guns, muscles, and then the fixers. Okay, guns, that makes sense. I'm guessing right from the start. Guns, that's going to be the people that do the damage. The muscles, that's going to be your tanks. They'll take all the damage. And then the fixers, they're going to be for like healing. I mean, it's obvious you've got a med unit right there. And then other special types of buffs, like or debuffs for other enemy units.
Recruit outlaws from where else? Joey Ray's bar at Tychus's base. This is also where they'll rest up after taking heavy damage on the battlefield instead of dying. They'll need a short time to recover, but then they'll be revived just outside the bar. Outlaws can customize their gear at one of inside the bar.
Okay, we're just gonna hop
instead
back
of
for
dying.
a second here.
They'll need a short time.
Okay, so right here.
Battlefield instead of dying. They'll need a short time to recover, but then they'll be revived just outside the bar.
Okay, so if they die, they just need a short timer to recover, and then they'll be revived right outside of the bar. Which, first of all, that's really awesome that there's this bar, because it's Tychus's bar. It's just hilarious. It's really funny that they have an actual building dedicated to these units, and then they call it the bar. That's awesome. And then the other thing is that your units will be revived. Kind of like, for example, if Dahaka, Kerrigan, Zagara, any of those units die, they just get revived, versus you having to spend minerals, is what I'm seeing.
Outlaws can customize their gear at one of 3 structures depending on their role.
Okay,
Each type of gear upgrades immediately and either gives them new abilities or significant enhancements. Since every outlaw only has 1 primary active ability, you'll be able to see all of them together when selecting outlaws as a group.
Oh, that is really neat. Okay, so they each have a primary ability of their own. So that's awesome. And then if you select all 3 of the units together, as you can see, so this right here, that's Tychus, and then that's Tychus's ability, I can't remember this unit's ability or name, but they'll say that in a second. And that's that unit's ability. And then right here, there's her ability right there. Kind of like Nova, but not Nova. A ghost.
Tychus Findley is the leader of the Outlaws, and he excels in a number of areas. His shredder grenades can be upgraded to pull in units as they explode, which combos well with other area of effect abilities that
Ooh, now that is cool. See, I really didn't pay attention to this the first time I was watching this. That is pretty darn neat. Okay, so he just threw a grenade right there, and then it had a gravitational effect, which pulled all these units in. Let's go back for a second. So he runs
pull
up
in
right
units
here.
as they explode, which combos well with
Right
other area of effect abilities that deal
that
damage
was
over
awesome.
time.
Pulled them in, and then they all just got shattered. That's a
Next,
strong
we have
ability.
the Reaper, Crooked Sam, who is Tychus's most notorious pal. He deals single target damage and can take down high health enemies with his demolition charges.
Ooh.
Jay-
Okay, so this guy, Crooked Sam,
Who is Tychus's most notorious pal.
does single
He
target
deals single target damage and can take down high health enemies with his demolition charges.
Oh, that's great. He can take down a whole Ultralisk with one of those demo charges. I don't think it was doing damage that whole time. I think it was just sitting on him until they activated it, essentially.
James
Unless it's a timed bomb. It might be a timed bomb. That's probably what it was. Because they didn't activate it right away, so that's what I'm guessing.
Sirius Sykes is a
James Sirius Sykes. Okay.
mercenary warhound who deploys turrets with temporary life that share his special abilities.
Okay. that's
These
pretty
can
neat.
include anti-air missiles or attacks that sometimes fear enemies.
Ooh. Okay, so I can definitely see this guy as being... he's probably won't take as much damage. That's what I'm kind of guessing right now. You could probably sit him in the back and do something where you kind of micro in, drop in your turrets, and then move back a little bit, and then let the turrets do all the tanking for you, and then you can have him start doing work. I'm definitely thinking you won't have any of these units on their own unless you lose them, like lose these units and you're waiting for them to respawn. But yeah, if he is on his own, I don't foresee him taking very much damage. And then if he's in the group, of course, I really don't think he's going to take very much damage.
Miles Blaze Lewis is a
Oh, there he
very
is. Okay, that's the guy from before. Miles Blaze.
familiar firebat from Rainer's Raiders who makes a great frontline tank.
he's from Rainer's
True to his
Raiders.
name, he douses enemies in oil
Frontline
and
tank.
lights them up. Inflamed enemies will
that's
explode
brutal.
upon death, fueling the fire across the battlefield.
Ooh,
Other
that
units
is a
with fire
powerful
damage,
effect
fueling
right there.
the fire across the
When they
battlefield.
explode, they burn the other,
Other units with fire damage, like Hellions or Colossi, can also ignite Blaze's oil spills to
Oh.
maximize. Also
he
ignite
covered-
like
he
Hellions
coats- he
or
actually coats
upon
these
death,
enemies in oil.
fueling the fire across the
And
battlefield.
then other units can burn them
Other
too.
units with-
like Hellions, Colossi.
Fire damage like Hellions
Hellbats.
or Colossi can also ignite Blaze's oil
Okay,
spills
that is
to
really
maximize the pyromania. The other outlaw tank is Rob Cannonball Boswell,
Rob Cannonball Boswell. These are pretty darn unique names.
a Herc who can pull himself to locations and then stun enemies on impact. He'll gain attack speed.
Okay, so he's kind of got a grappling hook thing going on, kind of like what unit is it in Overwatch? Isn't there a unit in Overwatch that has a grappling hook and you can zoom to different places? I know in Black Ops 4 they kind of copied that from Overwatch, and they have a unit that can do the same thing too. But this is kind of cool. I like that. Definitely Blizzard's unique idea, this grappling hook thing. Well, I guess you know that game Just Cause 2 and Just Cause 3 has a grappling hook too, so I take that back.
and then stun
But that's
enemies
pretty
on
cool.
impact.
I like that fast.
He'll gain
ability.
attack speed and damage as he fights, so try to keep him constantly in battle.
Gains attack
things
speed and damage in fights, so best to keep him in battle.
Get rough, he'll fully restore his health upon taking fatal damage.
Oh, so he keeps going
Ted
even after he's dead.
Rattlesnake
He's got another life. Okay, Kev Rattlesnake
West is the Outlaw's Marauder. He's a great choice for countering armored units, and he also deploys revitalizers to
Okay, so definitely going to be a very useful unit if you're going up against Protoss. It's appearing.
heal friendly units over time. The Heavens
Heals friendly units over time. That's another ability right there.
Time.
Okay, that's cool. Little
The
area
Heavens
of effect.
Devils are proud to
Vega.
have an elite ghost on their side, Vega.
Oh, Vega.
Thanks to her psionic prowess,
Psionic prowess. Oh, okay. Oh, yep, this is the mind control one. I remember her now.
she can mind control her enemies.
This is going to be super powerful, especially if you can control any unit, which I think we'll see in just a second here. You can control like Thor, so I'm guessing that means battle cruisers, carriers and ultralists can be mind controlled too, which would be awesome.
Advanced players can best leverage her
Yeah, look at that. Right there. Grabbing those Thors. That's great.
abilities by sending her to deal with the most difficult foes on the map.
And then the really special thing about mind control is if you take those big units, not only do you have those heavy damage doers out of the way, but they normally have big amounts of health. So then they're tanking for you too. So Vega is probably going to be one of my primary units I have out all the time. I just love the mind control ability.
Even though he's a Spectre,
we'll see.
Nux is
Nux.
still welcome among the Outlaws.
Nux, a
Maybe
Spectre.
it's because his ultrasonic pulse destroys groups of enemies so well, especially when combined with
So, very good splash damage effect. And
his
then
ultra.
it's kind of like a psionic storm with the, what are they called? Tempest? No, not Tempest. Oh, High Templar. There we go. Yeah, psionic storm with a High Templar. And as you walk through
Sonic
it,
pulse destroys
units
groups
start
of
dying.
enemies so well,
Just like that.
especially when combined with Cannonball's heavy.
Ooh, combined with Cannonballs. That was a big boom. Let's look at that one more time. I want to see what actually happened.
Maybe it's because his
Okay,
ultrasonic
so we have
pulse
this.
destroys groups of enemies so well, especially when combined with Cannonball's heavy impact.
Oh, that looks like
But
a
none
volley
of these
of attacks all at once. That was pretty cool. Okay, Lieutenant.
Outlaws would get very far without the healing versatility of their medic, Lieutenant Lena Nakara.
Lieutenant Lena Nakara. Okay.
She has options to heal single or multiple targets,
Heal
as well as a
single or
protective
multiple
shield.
targets. So she could be comboed really well with that Marauder. What was our Marauder's guy's name again? Let's see here. Kev Rattlesnake West, who has this healing ability right here that you can see. Circular heal ability. So if you have this guy and the medic at the same time, but you can really keep your units alive. Okay, let's just jump back forward here.
Healing versatility, Lieutenant Lena Nakara. She has options to heal single or multiple targets, as well as a protective shield
Ooh,
that covers.
instantaneous heal, it looks like. So Rattlesnake, that guy, he could drop a little med thing, and then that constantly heals. And it looks like her area of effect heal that instantly heals units like a bonus. And then it looks like her single target heal, as we just saw a second ago, that heals kind of like a regular medic unit.
Or multiple
It heals them
targets,
over
as
time.
well as a protective
But that was
shield
an
that
instantaneous
covers
heal
friendly
right there.
units.
Never send an angel for a devil's job.
Have a nice day.
Tychus's call-down abilities include a medevac pickup and his special
Ooh, okay, so there's call down abilities we just caught there. Medevac pickup, so that'll get the units out of there right away.
Tychus's call-down abilities
Yep.
include a medevac pickup
they're in trouble.
and his special favorite, the Odin.
Odin. Yes.
The medevac pickup is a useful escape from sticky situations and will transport, heal, and cloak Tychus and his outlaws, but
Okay, let's catch that one more time. Transport.
useful escape from sticky situations and will transport, heal,
cloak.
and cloak Tychus and his outlaws,
Okay, that's pretty powerful.
but not other allied units.
It looks like only temporarily though.
You can queue up multiple
Oh, okay, maybe not. Maybe those are units you can actually. Oh, it looks like you can have multiple pads. This is just like Han and Horner, where you have these strike pads, except for you have medevac pads.
medevacs depending on how many medevac platforms you build.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, it looks like that cloaking and healing only happens as soon as you transport. So the cloaking doesn't last very long. Just gives them a momentary cover. You could probably use that in mid-battle too. I don't know. I guess we'll have to find
If
out how
Tychus
that-
calls down his Odin, it will instantly deal splash damage and stun
Look at that.
enemies in its arrival area.
That thing's a
Tychus
tank,
pilots it,
literally.
granting him access to its powerful barrage ability that can be transformed into a truly incredible
Oh,
nuke.
yeah. That looks like Void Thrashing to me. He's taking on the whole final area all
The
by
big
himself.
red button upgrade.
Oh, wow. Yep.
With
nuke.
weapons
Of
like
course you'd have
these
nuke.
and friends
Tychus, Heaven's Devils, and then they're the 8 buddies. Okay, cool.
like these, Tychus is ready to make a big impression on the battlefield and show us all what might have been.
Very cool. And I think that is everything. Oh yeah, and then look at this. The little drop pod ship carrying the bar. Like,
It's
of course
about
that's the way they
time.
carry it, right? They knew exactly what they're doing there. That's hilarious. Oh, that's great. Okay, well, I am super excited for Tychus. especially after breaking that down a little bit more and actually seeing what was going to be used from these commanders. Super cool. Okay, that's great. That's all I'm going to say about him in this video. Just wanted to give you a reaction as we move through and just talk about, break down the trailer a little bit more just so we all kind of know what's going on. I have no idea when he's going to get released. I don't think I caught that in the trailer, and I don't think they say that anywhere here. And they just have this weird end screen thing going on here. I don't know. Maybe they messed that up or something. I'm not sure. But yeah, I wish we would have been able to see like release date. When is that coming out so I know exactly when I can start playing this guy. But anyways, that's all I'm going to give you guys in this video. Thank you for watching. Make sure to subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. Leave a like if you enjoyed what you watched, and I will see you all in the next one.